Welcome to our house Golu 2021. This is from Calcutta. One of my friend gifted me, and this is the main Golu, the padi, the 5 steps that we have kept, and there is Navadanya here, and you can see Kamakshimman with Mahapariva in the front, and this is the park or the creative part of the Gulu. Let me start with the first step. The Durga Lakshmi Saraswati that you see is at least 7 generations old, passed on to me from my mom. And you can see Andal, Rangamanar and Garuda. This I got it from Shiviliputtur temple very recently. And here is Chettiar with rice and dal, the staple food for us, so we should be remembering it all the time. And we have the Dashavatara in the second row. And can you see the smaller ones in front of that? When my children were small, they used to collect these pandas, and this is called Dasha Panda, and they wanted to keep it in front of the Dashavatara, and I'm just continuing the tradition. That's a fun part of the Gulu. There is a Vaikunta here, and you can see the dancing doll and the Meenakshi. And this is like a kalasha that my daughter made when she was a baby. When I used to make kalasha, she used to make like this with a seed. And here you can see the main kalasham, and then you can see the Marapachi Bome, which is actually the host of the Gulu. And then the Tenga Mudi, or the coconut shell, is made by my mom using cement and then paints and everything. It's handmade. And here is Rama, Lakshmana, Sita and Hanuman set. And here is our favorite Gadodgaj, Kalyana Samayal Sadham. Nobody can forget that song. And this is again another set of Durga Lakshmi Saraswati with the trinities here. Tyagaraja Swami, Muthuswami Dikshitar and Shyama Sastri. And this is the folk art from Tamil Nadu, which is called the Poikal Kudure. And this is the Kamakshi Amman with Mahapariva. And this one is an elephant shaped kind of a stand for the Sangam, which is made by my mom again. Let's move to the creative part, or the park that I've set up this year. This is the Kailasham. You can see Shiva, Parvati, Ganesha, Kartikeya, and all of them there with Brahma and Vishnu as well. And you can see the clouds, and then you can see Kailash Parvat behind. And here is Krishna with the Govardhanagiri. And you can see this water falling down, and then like you can see a Kalinga Nardana happening below. And from there, here is a waterfall made by my daughter just with a paper, and it looks so real. The water falls into a pond, and these girls are taking bath, and you can see Krishna sitting on top of the tree having taken their clothes, and he's watching them. And here is that Makanchor Krishna, you can see that. And this is like the whole thing is a fort, and inside the fort you can see a temple, more or less like a Trichy, Malekote or Uchupullayar temple kind of a thing. You can see a Pullayar, and then you can see 2 elephants in front of that, and you can see the Pandit sitting there, and there are steps, and the people are walking up, going there, and down below you can see a lady praying to the god. And those who are coming out of the temple, there is an idli shop. You can have food there. And in front of the temple, you can see there is a festival going on. There are musicians who are playing for the temple festival, and people who are carrying the material or the puja saman. And here is the Raja's court. And this time the theme is more or less like Manunidhi Soran. You can see that bell in front of his court. The cow is coming and ringing the bell as the calf is no more there. And as we know the story, the king beheaded his son after he came to know that the calf was killed by his son. And the Shiva blessed them by getting back both the calf and his son. And here is Putana. She took Krishna away into a forest. That's a forest setup that you can see. Whereas when she tried to kill Krishna, he killed her. And there are forest guards that you can see here. And if you see, there is an entry to the king's court that you can see here. And there is an entry to the temple. Yeah. And you can see the cannons on top of that entry, and there is a moat here, can you see, with the crocodiles. And there is a main entrance here of the fort, and there is a messenger who has come on a horse, and he is like waiting to enter inside the fort and to get the permission from those gods. Outside the fort, there is a lady who's selling fruits and vegetables, and there's a girl buying from her. And from here, the modern city starts. You can see that there is a road going, and this leads to a row house or a villas. And you can see a boy playing, and there are people sitting here in the garden. And there is a pump, and there's a lady carrying water from that water pump. And if you come the other side of it, there is a small restaurant, and there are two girls who are drinking coffee here, and there are people eating food here. And this is vessels shop, and you can see a couple have come to buy the vessels. Yeah, so this is the whole thing, and you can see the border of the golu that is decorated by the pista shells. My daughter made a dragon when she was a baby, and I've just maintained that as a border. So happy Vijayadashmi, everyone.